I'll just start becoming interested in this kind of work.
First started. I mean, I had cameras and stuff at home, but not anything like sophisticated. We went from like they were using a mic stand and a webcam to broadcast board meetings. I was just like, yeah, this is it. This is quality. So I just started doing watching a lot of YouTube videos. Like I had Sony cameras. Figure out a way to maybe integrate that into a laptop or whatever. I started off with I just had PTZ cameras first. That was the first time. Used those for a couple different lenses that gave me wide angle, sharp angle. I was like, okay, this is the next step up or whatever. In the boardroom, there was a static cameras on. So I pushed for like, hey, what if like when you watch the governor's meetings, they always have like a camera on each person.
Yeah.
So it's not like a static shot and then you flip back and forth or whatever. Because originally in the boardroom we had to like unplug one camera and plug the other one in to get the angle. So I was like, nah, that's not effective. So in me using my cameras, I ended up getting this studio, which will allow me to wirelessly broadcast. So then I figured out once COVID started, they sold out of Sling Studios, and I couldn't get enough because I ended up getting more cameras, but I couldn't get transmitters. So I'm like, oh man! So I had to figure out another way. So I ended up getting these Hollywood transmitters that I see they're using as well, and figured out how to basically broadcast from a Windows computer directly to Zoom or OBS Studio, which is free. Ended up getting a switcher.
Yeah, Monsieur Mioléa.
You're doing work for
Monsieur là.
No, Monsieur Mioléa.
Mioléa is I'm doing so. Oh, okay.
So usually I would either working on things with the board or working on events. I also work with the law the Ag Center as well.
Il faut mieux commencer à regarder beau. C'est un bail pour la communauté.
So I started playing with like and I started a little bit of Adobe Premiere, and then that's what I video editing. So I ended up getting a stabilizer and did like videos and stuff at university as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it just started with one little idea and it just
The film crew, they asking for the film.
Over there?
Yeah, they know that you guys are gonna be there.
Figure out what classrooms we're gonna start to improve and stuff. And I went in his office. I'm like, yeah, the green screen and all that. I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. But the whole they learn how to do that.
So le baguette de quoi l'hôtel là?
Mon cher, où est la balle? Où est la scène de bout? Où est la scène de bout pour aller à? On va aller changer à.
Les gars t'allent vraiment bon. Parce que moi il a tourné tout de suite.
Parce que baguette est bon parce que des monde peut-être. Des monde qui l'a tout que d'a fait tirer et puis avec.
So you said, so gars y'en a des non gars.
Yo, te kaze mi gos festival bay. Je vais dire que même le de ta squad, c'est pareil.
Marlon said, what film crew? So yeah, so I think that's the film crew. Maybe again, he'll be following up with it.
Non, pas besoin. Non, je ne pas.
Yeah, this one is really interesting because this was kind of a concept when we were looking at classrooms, especially in like Jamestown, Higgins Hall, TTLA. This was kind of a concept where you could provide actual high-level learning versus a camera with a webcam on it. Because my question was, okay, if a student contracts COVID and they have to take the class from their dorm room, how would they be able to see the board if the camera isn't facing the board? Or how would they, like a webcam facing the board, you won't be able to see it. If the teacher moves from in front of the camera, they can't see it. So you need to have a camera that follows in the back of the classroom. That way, you know, wherever the teacher goes, you can see it. Also have mics hanging from the ceiling or in the ceiling. That way, if the student in the back of the classroom can hear it versus having a mic pod in front of them because it may not pick up with. This is great. So now when I want to say when school starts, and I can say, hey, also maybe a good example. We should have.
This is the most complex one.
Yeah, I'm seeing that it is split into two rooms.
Yeah. Okay. So the same approach because actually. That's
I think it's definitely the best.
Oh, Valerio. Yeah. You have a film crew coming on site right now or what?
No, we're heading to the airport. That's possible.
Oh, that's up. Okay.
Yeah, we're heading to the airport. I mean, I guess there's a delegation coming from Miami or.
Catch the video.
So you're the film crew.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I know. It's all right. Yes, we're going. All right.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because I mean, so the foundation has this program project called Magic 20,000. So my question is, okay, how are you going to get 20,000 students? You're definitely not going to get a house on campus. So why not expand your programs to offer online and virtual?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That way you can have someone wanting to do law school, but they could be like in another country.
Right.
Versus, everybody has to come here. Right. That way you could have all of your classes to be at this same level of technology.
I will say that from a law school perspective, in a strange way, Southern is sort of, because even before the pandemic, we were sort of pushing, but we need to make the classrooms more friendly. Even though the big challenge is not the technology, it's not the will of the school, it's the accrediting bodies.
That's very true.
Because they are very conservative and their rule right now is a law student cannot have more of the entire curriculum done. So that puts a big damper on law students. Pandemic comes around, that could went out the window.
Right.
So there are debates and discussions occurring about that now. So somewhere along the line, I'm going to start seeing that.
Yeah. Because I mean, I did my master's and my doctoral coursework with Capella University, so I did mine online. And I would, like, when I came here to work, I would always say, like, man, before I started my program, I remember online school was kind of like frowned upon. It's like, oh, it doesn't have as much rigor and all this. And I'm like, my program was tough.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I understand because you can't physically see the student, so it could be anybody doing that work. So I understand the concern, but I do feel like it's something that we're a direction we're going to have to move in, especially if we want to accept more students and build. Like,
And I'm pretty confident because I've seen a lot of actually set up online services for students. Eventually, these issues, well, how do we know it's a student doing it? Well, you're gonna figure that out. You do it enough, you're gonna figure it out, and there are already methods out there. Sometimes they work well, sometimes they don't, but over time. I will tell you,
Did these guys leave?
they just left, so they went to the airport for some reason.
They're supposed,
To go meet some delegation. Yeah, and then, let's say oh, one, one school in Louisiana that really, there's two things. One school in Louisiana University. Northwestern, they jumped onto the online class. Everybody else, why? Because they're out there, rural part of Louisiana, survive, and they have to figure out how can I get more students.
right.
And they started offering all kinds of online things. People were sort of laughing at them. They got the last laugh, so to speak. And the other thing, LSU, to your point, they used to look down on like, they tried to do anything with them. Now they're playing. So
Right.
big time. So.
Got to change.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But they could, Southern, it was the Southern System or SUBR, they could, if they pushed it and really hard, they could get. So, but they really have to work hard. They've got to go out there and sell.
Definitely, because there's a lot of online programs right now that are really good. So it's like you have a lot of competition.
We're here at Department of Pride. Yep. They have an excellent, I mean, it's a for-profit operation, but they have an excellent online. You express an interest going there, they're gonna, it's like being sucked in a vacuum.
Right.
Until you put your hands out and try to stop, they're gonna bring you in and bring you, next thing you know, you'll be sitting in the classroom.
Exactly.
And they'll get your financial aid, anything, but.
That's how it should be.
They're all designed to get you, yes, they know that. A lot of places, a lot of public universities, it just doesn't work like that. It's like,
Exactly.
you wanna come over? Yeah, come on over. Well, we're not gonna care.
Right. Especially up here because when I was a senior here, I was in the digest because I sat in the mini dome from like 7 in the morning to like 7 at night just from the stamp my billing statement. Right.
Really?
So yeah, so back to when I started working here in 2014, I was like, man, Capella University, one phone call, they had my financial aid, they had all of my classes pre-registered for my entire program, financial aid for my entire program, one phone call, less than 30 minutes. I was like, no one should have to come to campus, stand in the hot sun, and then have to go to this building, go to this building, go to this. That's the old way of doing things.
And you know, we hear from just from across the street, I understand SUBR still has registration issues. They do. And where sometimes students, when they're purged in mass. So there's a lot, there's opportunities there. They need to fix those. If they improve that, then I think that would actually improve.
I think so too, because I feel like student satisfaction plays a vital role when you're talking about bringing in more students in retention.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you may have a student that might have went through a ringer to get here, but they're not going to stay.
Right.
You know, oh, it took 3-4 days for me to get my classes. Then my classes got kicked out. Then I didn't have a dorm room and all this. And we resolve all of those little minor issues. I feel like that also helps us to retain and bring in 20,000 students.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, like, I don't.
Well, I'll tell you what, again, this is several years ago, I had to visit ASU because we were looking at students just like Danner, people saw there. And I was talking to some colleagues over there and they said, come over here. And ASU has like 170,000 students. It's massive. And he was saying, over here, look at this stuck in office. People, what they did, they could track every student's progress through. Right. And if they, and they could track if they saw if there was a bottleneck, there would be a flag or an error, something would raise up and say, there's a problem here, they work on it to relieve the bottleneck. Now, sometimes that might be the student issue, or registrar issue, but right, kept that thing going. So that's it worked. Right. That would be amazing.
Yeah, just for them to be able to track that, that's good. That would be,
That was that was quite a few years before even what we got today. So those are well done systems. So those are the opportunities. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then in the meantime, you get to go out there and build the country, right? Right.
Originally, I was going to try University of Maryland because my mom was living in Maryland at the time.
Okay.
So then they ended up having a University of Maryland University College, which had that security like dual degree. Yeah, it's interesting.
I've heard of that before. Yeah.
Right, but it ended up not being the actual University of Maryland. It was like a little small college in another part of Maryland or whatever. Their process, I thought the process here was bad. It was, they lost my application, all kinds of stuff. So it was between that school, it was another school that had like a computer forensics program. I really wasn't feeling what they, what the prereqs and all of that stuff were. So I kept doing research and I stumbled upon Capella, and Capella was offering, they were offering a scholarship that covered like the majority of your tuition or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, so I filled out on a computer saying I was interested. They called me like within 5 minutes, and I was like, well, okay. I'm like, oh, what are you interested in? I said, well, yeah, cybersecurity, IT. Like, okay, well, hey, let me get you with our counselor. Hey, this is for this. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, so when do you want to start? And I'm like, well, I just graduated. I graduated May 2010. I'm like, well, you know, I wouldn't mind starting like maybe in the spring. He's like, hey, well, we'll sign you up right now. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's how, because I mean, I was going to keep looking, but they just snatched me right up.
And they offered you some good financial aid.
Some good financial aid and grant money. You know, even for my PhD, so you know, in online school, your graduation would be in a random spot. So it was in Long Beach.
Yeah.
So my parents flew out there, my sister, my brother, and so I went to pick up my regalia or whatever, and counselor woman, she was like, oh, are you considering a PhD? And I was like, well, not really. I have a lot of student loans. And she was like, well, we're offering a grant right now that'll basically pay half of your tuition for your entire program since you're an alum.
Oh.
And I was like, okay. And she was like, your credits for your master's will also count towards your doctorate.
Sure.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So,
Yeah.
you know,
All
so
right.
that's how that ended up happening or whatever. So when we have these meetings on campus, those are the things I bring up. Like, what are some ways that you can help them financially? I see if they're coming from bachelor's to master's program, maybe move some of those credits that come towards their master's to cut the time in half.
Yeah.
That'll bring people in too, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so that's how Capella ended up snatching me.
Oh, yeah. Are you originally from Maryland too?
No, I'm from New Orleans.
Okay.
My mom only moved to Maryland due to her having siblings out there after.
On the story.
Hey, you must have, I don't think we ever officially met them.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see you in person. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I need to ask you a question. Elizabeth House.
Yeah.
Look at that suggestion on the right.
Suggestion on writing.
Made a suggestion with Jessica.
I suggested to Jessica. Jessica Sparks. Yeah. Talk to Elizabeth.
Like picking up the right.
I did.
In the email, man, yeah.
Maybe it shows me. But let me just, maybe I'm missing this. I suggested to Jessica that
If
she,
she needs somebody to cover the board. I just want to ask you about. teaching.
no, if I said that, I must have been in a daze. I think it would have been. No, I know that Elizabeth was assigned, all right, some kind of legal, and she was, initial issue with her being assigned because she just wasn't there before. She was asking, hey, I'm supposed to be assigned, but I don't see the roster change. I said, well, get you tagged in. But I don't think I would have asked her about what Jessica to pick up extra courses. But if you can't, send me that email because I emailed Jessica.
I got a question for both of y'all. Both of y'all, actually. These, hey, we make a cable with a USB.
USB, what kind of USB?
I'm like saying, you know, on the computer. Have a USB.
Yeah.
Like
Put a flash drive.
oh, yeah,
Like a rectangular USB.
So you need like a mill to mill.
What was the other end supposed to be? USB. Was it the same rectangular thing or?
Yeah.
Okay. They have those are extensions. You get one on Amazon.
Not the extension, but the extension.
Right, you need mill.
I need
Yeah.
that.
You get them on Amazon.
Yeah. Just look up mail USB. extension.
I don't put on it. It's not. Or turn a copy of scanner back. Fax. I guess it don't matter. I can stop that.
Yeah, just make sure you tell the salesperson what you do.
Like I go to Best Buy, they got all the different ends. I just don't want to have it in.
You remember, but it's USB to USB. There's USB, there's USB B, there's USB C. So you want the original USB. Just.
I got you. I'm going to get out of here. Find out something about that other thing. How that. I did listen. The
SSPS?
yeah, because the enrollment data is due to the part of the sex.
Oh, no, that's different.
No, until you finish that, the time says she's not here for 2 months.
Gotcha. All right.
All right, y'all have a good one. It was good to finally meet you, man.
Oh, same here.
Tripping all over.
Well, once we get something settled, we can go out there and take it
Take it
down.
down, yeah.
So,
Have you seen all the TVs out?
yeah.
Greg, I do think we need to get rid of the last TV on.
Okay, well.
Look like TV overkill, particularly on
Well,
that.
maybe they thought it was, they put those there because they thought it might be the next nearest TV might be too far away. I don't know. I'll ask them. But it's an idea. It's quick. So,
But if you go back on this side in particular.
Yeah.
That last seat has a TV in front of it in the corner. And the row right in front of it has a TV.
okay. I'll go out there and ask them.
But I'm certain what he's gonna say is they gotta be able to read text.
That's part of their rationale. So, but I'll ask about that. You know, it's worth asking.
Okay. All right, man, y'all be good.
Take care.
Run of the show, like I guess 9 o'clock, we're doing this, 10 o'clock, we're doing this.
No, they were still, yeah. They had an tentative agenda.
Okay.
I sort of transferred that over to something so they could go out there and say, look, where are these things gonna be? We can figure out what's needed. That's fine. Those are all sort of selected out. But this morning, I wanted to do a run through, but they were still. Like, for instance, the main PowerPoint is still being. In fact, when she was, yesterday, she called up and asked simultaneous slides. Shows one with English version and one with a Creole. And I said, now it's set up.
Yeah, I don't think
So I just,
I mean, it probably, if you were working on the other podium, maybe, but I don't know how the system
Yeah,
set up.
So I just told him to do is, why don't you just take your slide presentation. You know, you see PowerPoints with 2 boxes, 2 frames. Or put this version there, the real version there. Because most of their slides are pretty simple. Content, so. Hi, Rachel, may I speak to Becca, please? Thank you. Hey, we're pretty good, Isaac. Just checking on Becca, how things going with her.
Yeah, actually, we were able to get the audio going. We were just running a couple other tests just to make sure that it is in fact working on all ends.
Okay.
So I believe, let me chat with her real quick. The previous link that we sent that she created, you will be able to hear, I think right now we're just watching it.
Okay, well, Claude, you want to give it a whirl? Because I think the last issue, you know, was just getting in. Because people are asking us to sign in or whatever. So if that's been, if that's been resolved, that's great. We can try it.
Yeah, it should be set to anyone can join without having to make an account. So
Let's try it.
you should be able to.
Be the original.
Same link. The original one. Okay.
I sent you.
Yeah, so it should be the same link as before.
Fresh, so should catch us now. We're still getting the login request. Yep. Same thing, login email. Yeah.
So maybe just you guys put in just some sort of thing, but I'm gonna ask.
Okay.
So who has the thing?
Just something, put anything, put your first thing. Nope, it comes back and says, email is not
Registered.
email is not registered in the system.
Try sending them.
Okay, and if you sent the link again, that would be the same one you sent us before, right?
First link that we sent.
First link, okay,
Yeah, not the second one.
sure. Yep, that's the right link.
Was the right link that you were just trying?
Yes, sir.
You weren't able to get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, would you wanna just hop on a video call real quick and we can screen share and just look at what you're seeing?
Sure, sure. Send us a link, Zoom link or something, so.
Over to you.
It seems to me, you guys want- okay. Okay. You can check your email. Live nearby or other parts of that?
I used to live nearby until I ended up getting married.
Oh.
So now I live in Lafayette.
Oh, you commute every day?
Yeah.
All right.
What part of the world?
Like,
Okay.
yours is about a 60-mile jaunt.
So 25, 50 minutes. As long as the 18-wheelers have any issues.
Yeah, have it flipped over and.
Right,
block
right,
this
because
building.
once they block it, that's a wrap. Go all the way around.
Right.
Yeah,
Is yours wife from Lafayette?
yes.
Ah, there you go.
Looking forward to moving back this way.
Is she amenable to that or what?
Yeah, she's been we looked at a subdivision out there in Zachary. It was okay. I have a cousin that had a home in Addison through subdivision before she had COVID. So I'm casting the net from basically Zachary to Addison.
Okay.
Whatever. So when that time comes, hopefully we'll find some decent housing prices.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, quick question. Will you have that downloaded already?
What,
What is their national anthem?
no, it's streamed through YouTube. Fine.
It may be a good idea to have it either queued up or downloaded. That way, if you have any network issues, it's not like skipping during the.
True. Well,
I've had that happen before.
yeah,
Matter of fact, that happened. I think that was orientation. They had new student orientation. They had like Monday or Tuesday, and they went to play a video, and it was like
buffering and buffering.
oh man, you should have downloaded that.
If I can, that was one of the first things I did was try to download it, but I still think it's downloadable from
Good evening. I'm Judy Woodruff. On the NewsHour tonight, the pandemic persists. Calls for new approaches to combat COVID-19 grow louder as the number of infections and hospitalizations climb daily. Then, rising prices. We speak to the president of a regional Federal Reserve Bank as inflation increases at its fastest rate since the 1980s. And tense talks. Leaders from Russia and NATO meet as the threat of an invasion hangs over eastern Ukraine. All that and more.
Hello,
Hey Greg, this is Becca Collins.
Huh?
Yeah, how's it going?
pretty good.
I'm going to give you that link that I sent to hop on a.
Okay, you sent it just to me? Okay, just a second. Okay, we're starting to sign in. Excuse me? Yes. Taking a while. You guys are already logged in, huh? They're not moving. It should it's connecting, but it's not doing much. Well, while he tries that, I'm gonna try another device just to make sure, we're not having a problem.
Are you on campus at the university?
We are on campus, we are in the room. And we're hooked up via hardline Ethernet connection. How's it trying?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same thing.
I'll try this, see what happens. someone. All right, well, one of us is in, but
Hi, Greg, can you hear me?
I can't, but here's the deal. I'm not on the computer that has the issue. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna hang up with you on the phone here.
okay. Right, we're trying to get ourselves to get that, the computer that has the issue to join that. I can hear you. Oops, I can hear you.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, hi there.
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. All right. Okay.
No, but here's the thing.
So
Just a second. I'm on a different device. He's trying to log in on the device where we're actually trying to run all this. Oh, you should be in. Hold on.
Okay, I think he's in now. I'm gonna hang up.
Okay, perfect. Hi there. All right, great. So if you could, I can hear you. Hi there. Can you hear me now? I'll keep talking so you can test the sound. Testing, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Check, check. Check.
All right, I can hear you now.
Hopefully you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Testing, testing. Testing, testing. It's cold.
Test, can you hear me?
Looks like I can see the stage and your podiums. That's good. So you've got a flag set up on the stage.
Hey, test, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Okay. So what I'd love to do is just see what you're seeing on your device when you're accessing this link. Because that'll just tell us what is still configured that needs to change. I'm having a hard time replicating that error, but if you can show it to us, then we can hopefully get it fixed.
Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so you should be able to see my team screen.
Perfect. Yes.
Okay, so when I go to my email, this is the last link. Do you see my Outlook?
Yes.
Okay, when we click it, it goes to this.
Oh, so
Okay.
now it's working. How about that? Okay.
Okay, but don't click login. Just put in your name.
And they hit join.
Okay. So you'll want to enable that audio.
Floods are rains with the same hormones associated with love.
I've just got a TED Talk playing in the background right now.
Right.
We're here.
And if you go to change the language, then you'll hear some classical music in the Haitian Creole channel. So you can just toggle between those and get a feel for it. Since I had this set up a little moment ago, I'm going to step away just to make sure that's still streaming.
So what is that we're coming in tomorrow or what?
I'll be here.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Oh, you do? We hear the
Oh, no,
classical
what is
music
that?
on our end as well.
Okay. Did you already create your not the folders created? Yes, we'll circle back tomorrow or something. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. What's that? Yeah, we're gonna take it down. that.
Okay, so the classical music's playing also, so I think
Yeah.
we have the issue resolved.
Hey, that's great to hear. So now that we know that
Yeah.
this is working, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this event that we've created on VoiceBoxer, we're gonna duplicate it so that all the settings remain the same. It is gonna be a new URL, and then basically the last four, I know we can't see that on your screen right now, but the last four characters, or 4 or 5, it's actually 6. The last 6 characters of this URL are also the event code. So if you want people to be able to log in via the app, okay, sorry. So it's where you see event G19EKS. Every event has that unique code.
Okay.
Once we duplicate this, it's going to have a new code, but we'll make sure to send that to you with instructions for if you want people to access on a browser, they can go to this link. If you want them to use the app, all they have to do is put in that code, and then they can still listen to your feed however you want to do it. But we'll send that to you right now. Now that we know that it's coming in on your end, we'll duplicate this, make your official one. I also wanted to ask if you have a logo that you prefer more than what we've found off Google and stuck in there.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, by the way, so in essence, I think the default's gonna be, we're gonna put the link inside YouTube.
right, I could show you since you're
Yeah,
looking
and
at
this-
my screen.
And then basically, once that's done, just a second.
So,
Hello, Chancellor.
Robert uses kind of
Okay.
example, so you can see that. So once I enter all that information,
It's gonna be Zoom. The main thing's gonna be Zoom. I believe the fellow, Valerio.
Alright, so this is the driver on the
Is going to
right now.
also be doing something, but I'm not
So
quite
I
sure
could
what
do,
his
edit,
link is.
and right
Our
here
link
is
is
where I
gonna
could
be
put
through
the link,
Perfect.
right? So when you go
Yes.
to the live
Yes.
page.
Ours is gonna be through YouTube. Valerio, I believe Valerio
Will have
is gonna be
The
doing
stream
something
here
like
will have the title, and right here you'll have a link that they can click
And I'll send you
to
that.
get to
link.
the voice
And you can
box.
share, just a call for a second.
Perfect. Okay, that sounds great. We'll create that event. It'll generate that unique code, and all the settings will be the same. And then you'll have that for tomorrow. Each day is going to be its own code. I
Right.
imagine
Most-
YouTube is
Yeah, most
probably
likely,
similar. You
yeah,
have to
each
make-
day is gonna have a different YouTube as well.
Okay, that's exactly how it works for us too. So we'll just make sure that you have that.
Okay, and also, so basically, when they click on that link, what are they gonna have to do? What is the typical user gonna have to do then? Just gonna have to do, besides clicking that link?
They'll enter their name, and then they'll see the same screen that you did where they can pick their language. As soon as they enter their name, they'll already be hearing the event audio. And then they can change it to Creole.
Okay, alrighty. All right, well, thank you then.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll send you that email here so that you have the updated links and all that information in one place. You don't have to go hunting for it in your inbox,
Okay,
and you should be set to go.
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
When will we know that what the YouTube link is?
I'll create a YouTube link for you.
Oh, oops.
Is that-
Do you also
Yeah.
mind sending us the
Chancellor?
links for your YouTube?
Sure,
We're gonna-
I'll,
we're
can
gonna-
I reply to the
we're
email
gonna
that you sent?
create the links right now. And then we
Okay.
can send that to
Let's
whoever
see,
you
let's
send
see.
to. There'll be a different link each day, okay?
Yeah, I can reply to that. I'll send all 3 links.
Okay, awesome.
We'll do, okay?
Is it 3 or 4?
All right, and I just.
Yeah,
let you know
before,
that we
Friday,
just
Saturday,
did
Sunday.
a test with the translation service, so we know the connection works. So all they need to make sure is they've got interpreters on their side to interpret, okay? All right. All right then. Okay, sure thing, take care. Yeah, people, that sends it because apparently the chancellor has some people who are already. And it's like you said, it's one link through, it's gonna be actually 4
4 links, yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be a link for Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
All right, I don't think we have anything else to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, guys. Good luck.
Thank you, thank you, Becca.
Take care. Good night.
All right, shut this down, get,
Use the restroom right quick and I'll do those 4 links.